My name is Jonathan David Philippi. I am 13 years old and I am a student at ASU Prep Digital. My family planted roots in Fountain Hills in 1978, when this was still a young community. I am the fourth generation to call this town home. For nearly 50 years, we've witnessed Fountain Hills transform from a desert development into a true community, one built on the voices, dedication, and active participation of its residents. That's why we stand before you today in strong opposition to both resolutions, the 6-month suspension of call to the public and council report, and even more urgently, the permanent elimination of the general public comment at the town council meetings. This isn't the Fountain Hills way. To suspend or eliminate this forum would fundamentally change the character of our town. It would tell residents that their voices don't matter unless they happen to align with whatever specific agenda items the council chooses to discuss. It would shut out the very people that make this community worth governing. This is the wrong response to the wrong problem. Let's be clear. Silencing the entire community is not a proportionate or appropriate response to one legal complaint. The solution to controversial speech is not to eliminate all speech. The solution to one person's complaint is not to punish thousands of residents by stripping away their democratic rights. The answer is better. Meeting management, clearer guidelines, and leadership willing to enforce them fairly and constantly, not a wholesome retreat from public engagement. 4 generations have earned the right to speak. I am learning what it means to be part of this community. What lessons are you teaching myself and my peers if you tell them that our community voices don't matter? That public officials can simply silence dissent when it becomes inconvenient? That democracy is conditional, existing only when it's easy and agreeable? That's not the Fountain Hills legacy I want to be left. Transparency cannot coexist with silence. This looks less like prudent legal risk management and more like circling the wagons. It sends a message that the council is more interested in avoiding criticism than listening to the community it serves. Fountain Hills residents aren't the problem here. We're not the ones under investigation. We're not the ones who've generated ethics complaints and legal notices. We're simply trying to do what residents have done it for decades: hold our elected officials accountable and have a say in how our town is run. We are not alone in this concern. We've spoken with our neighbors, with friends we've known for 40 years, with newcomers who've moved here specifically because Fountain Hills felt like a real community. The overwhelming sentiment is disbelief and frustration. People feel blindsided. They feel betrayed. Our request: I urge you to vote no on both resolutions. 1, reject the 6-month suspension of call to the public and council reports. 2, reject the permanent elimination of general public comment and applause restrictions. Instead, we ask you to address the specific legal concerns through proper meeting management and clear democratic traditions that have served this community for nearly 5 decades. Trust the residents of Fountain Hills to be thorough, thoughtful, engaged participants in their own governance. Remember that you work for us, not the other way around. In conclusion, historically, the people of Fountain Hills have always had a voice. Don't be the council that takes that away. Don't be remembered as the leaders who respond to accountability by silencing the community. Don't teach the next generation, my generation, that democracy is something that can be suspended when it becomes inconvenient. We ask you to vote no, to find a better way forward. And remember that the strength of Fountain Hills has always been its people, not in spite of our voices, but because of them. Respectfully submitted for your consideration. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I am very sorry to inform you I missed my rehearsal because of this.